Don't forget, power tools will hurt you. This is a warning. Saws, power tools, drills, hammers, they all will hurt you. So, be careful. Do it at your own risk. Thanks for watching. Alright, so first thing I did was lay the bucket out. This is where your head's going to come through. You just trace it out with a marker. Your hand's going to go hit on this side. Be careful when using power tools. And I've cut the hose out, and I want to cut the planks out down the side here. If you wanted to, you could take your hammer and your pry bar and pry these off. But I'm going for a little quicker process, just cutting them off. You don't have to see me cut them all off. All right, so I've cut all the pieces off. Took my hammer, my trusty hammer here, And the little edges on the end, I beat them off. So now the nails that are left, I'm going to just hammer in. You can take, if you want it to, and pry them all out if you want it to, or you just cut them off. But the pieces down the middle, you can come back and cut them, make them look a little smoother, or you can take your pry bar and just pry them up. Uh-oh, I've cut myself. Ah, be careful, people. All right, after a quick trip to the ER and 22 stitches later, they saved my finger. And I just went in the house and got a Band-Aid. And it's the one I don't want to show, but right there it is. Just nicked it a little bit. Maybe a paper cut. A large splinter, maybe. So now I flipped it over. And I'm going to remove some more wood. Same thing. You don't really need to watch this neither. I'm going to just take the jigsaw and cut the same thing. Alright, now we're going to get rid of this center runner. Right here, we're going to leave it in there. That's the only place we're going to leave it. So we're going to take our jig and we're going to cut across there. Obviously, that's longer than our jigsaw blade though. Gotta flip it over. So what I did is I cut my circle out and I come back in with a jigsaw there, and then there was that one nail, which this time I want to remove it. And what you didn't see is I took the pry bar and stuck it in there, and when I pried that one nail up, it pulled that whole centerpiece out. Ta-da! So I've run into, so I need to remove this part right here. So I come back in with my bucket and I traced it out. I'm gonna run my jigsaw around there. And I'll just come out. So now you have your rack. You could leave it this short and have people get on their knees to get in it. But like I said, I started with a small pallet. So my next thing is to take the other, segregate the pallet, desection the pallet. So I'll raise it up with the legs from the other pallet. So here's the second pallet. We're mostly needing hit for the legs. So we're gonna cut it all the way up. Flipping it over, doing the back side. That piece of wood right there is what we're going for. It's gonna be one of our legs. You can cut these out with your skill saw, or you could just pry them apart. I use the jigsaw just because I'm more familiar with it. I feel comfortable with it. Okay, so earlier I just hammered the nails down. If you want to, you can just pry them up too. It's real easy. You got to get a good tool though. And they come right out. If you have any issues getting them out, you'll take an extra piece of wood for a little more leverage and put it under there. It usually comes right out. So these are going to be the legs. I've got two of them. I'm just finishing up the first one. We'll take all the nails out of that. You can take them out of all your prop if you want to. I just did it for speediest. Speed the process up. So that one's a runner out of there. It's basically a 2x4 for my legs. Here's the other. You take your hammer, you pull it in behind there. Kind of do that all the way down the side and do it on the other side, and then you pull these pieces out. Still working on getting these out. They make a tool for this, makes this job much easier. For the life of me, I don't know why I haven't bought one, but I haven't. Way too hot for April here. Or this is just too much like work today. Alright, so here's what I got. I took the runners that I just took off the bottom of the other one, and I'm going to slide them right in there to the base of that, and then I'm going to take my screw gun and screw them together. That'll make it a little taller for the rack, and that's what we're going to be doing next. So I've got one leg attached at the top here. One leg attached at the top, and then we'll put a couple screws in the bottom to attach the bottom leg. So now, there's my rack. To get it to stand up, I'm going to put legs on the bottom of it with the scraps that I didn't throw away. All right, I got one leg attached. I'm going to attach the other one on this side. One screw. Two screws. Now it stands up. I'm going to put 2 more legs, and I'm going to put them on the back sides. Then you could put it on your asphalt or your concrete, your wood porch, whatever you want it to. All right, so I know what you're thinking. What about this? It's kind of flimsy and it doesn't much look like a rack. Well, we're going to come back in with our pieces that we cut out, and we're going to just screw a couple pieces in. It's going to make it look a lot better. All right, we're just finishing it up with the second one. And there it is. And not too shabby. It'll pass for what it is. Thanks for watching. I also drilled some holes right here so you can take it and put it in the grass and rebar it down for big tent stakes. Till next time.